the situation of where we are in terms of spiritual as human beings, because you can't say we are just material, right? We just meat suits flesh. You cannot, right? So spiritually speaking, once you get stuck with materially, you are stuck in the 3D world, right? You are stuck in that first two levels of the Maslow pyramids of needs. You are still in that physiological sphere. You're still battling to get through the material. And again, we were taught that is something that is it's like the first level of you as a human being learning to become who you are spiritually, to self-actualize and all those things. So you must understand what are shadows in your life, right? So that tenant, that first part of that of ascension, of becoming the true self, your best version of who you are, taking responsibility of your life and all those things, you have to understand what are limitations in your life, what makes you have toxicity, you understand, toxic behavior. And then you go through those things, and you don't go through them by thinking again victim mode, that oh me, I let's say you are an excessive smoker, you're an excessive alcohol drinker, and once you get in that mode, you do things that won't be beneficial to your health and your life, your livelihood and stuff. So you must understand, once you go through those things, once you go through that self-introspection, you don't look into it in terms of victim mode again, to say you blame. No, you have to look into it and understand why you did those things, what was the causal factor, right? Because, for example, you may seek asylum, you may seek refuge in things, drugs, alcohol, whatever. But once you check, there's an underlying situation that you have to deal with, that substance or that whatever thing that you are dependent on now won't help you. So you look into yourself, you deal with that situation. And again, you must understand, change happens everywhere. So once you change and you become a certain person, certain people won't fit that frequency, that attitude, that vantage point of looking into your life now. So they will fall away or they will fight you. It's because you're changing, you're leveling up into your life. So, and you're gonna be now attracting the right people that are supposed to come into that level. And these ones are not that they are wrong, right? But they were fine for this stage of your life, this period of your life. They've taught you these things. Now you're going to another level of your life. So you can't live your life until you get to 60 years old and you have not learned anything, like nothing about your life. Your life experience is nothing. You've not learned nothing, like nothing at all. But you keep on blaming your misfortunes, your shortcomings on people, on events, on the government, on what. You understand? So you won't get there because now you've externalized your power. You've given it, I don't know to what. You understand? So you have to keep it within the vantage point, the station, the power station is here, is you, right? So you have to tune into what you want to do, because now it wouldn't make any sense. Like, just think about it right now. Even if you're in victim mode now you think that the world is happening against you. I challenge you now. It doesn't make sense for you to think that whomever you believe in as the higher power got you here to suffer, right? Just think about that, right? Even if the higher power is not personal, as in personified as in a human being, let's leave that out, right? Doesn't make sense. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot speak ill of your life, right? Speak misfortune of yourself, affirm bad things of your life, and then they take place, and then you say, no, it's something else outside there. No, right? Come back within, see how you are having conversations within your mind, the mental conversation that's not stopping, that's taking place every moment, every time, right? See what you're telling yourself, because you have to know and understand what's going on upstairs here. But again, the mind is not everything. It is everything, but it's not everything, right? So the mind and the heart have to work together. So you have to live your life from your truth. So from your life, from your heart, right? From your truth, and then the thinking of that truth will take place automatically, right? Because your soul knows who you are, what you're about to do, what you have to do, right? So, or your intuition. So this has been programmed, right, by society, television, education, schools, all those things. So you have to take control in terms of understanding, because again, a problem can never be a problem that can be fixed or solved if you don't see it as a problem. So you have to first realize that you have a situation that you have to solve, right? Because obviously you're trying to get somewhere in life, you're trying to hit that level, that mark, that goal, but you see that there's some things that are not right with your behavior for you to take an action or proper actions to you to get there, or you see that your actions are not really aligned with your goals. So you have to obviously introspect, see what's popping with you, see what's up, and then you regroup and you go again. It's not, because it becomes easier, right, when you see life happening for you, right, when you see the sun rising for you, not against you, right? Because once you're in victim mode, you think that because you're against a certain person, a certain mindset, a certain belief system, a certain political system, a certain way of living, since you think you are against that, you think that should stop, that shouldn't take place. So because you don't like a certain person, so tomorrow the sun shouldn't rise for them, right? Because you have to be affirmed in your convictions of whatever wrong and whatever things that you're doing, right? Because again, you believe you're a creator, but you believe it in a wrong way, right? So don't create bad things and be be confident about being negative on people's lives, because you are not being negative on them, you're being negative on you, right? Because again, you affirming or you speaking ill of anyone, it's within you, it's you. So anything that you see as lack in someone else, it might and most probably be a lack within you. So if you see a lack in someone else, don't correct them because you see them as a less of a person. Understand that maybe you also dealt with that, so that's why you are able to help them or identify that in them. So it's not like, because we're here to learn to become fully human beings, fully whatever flesh. But again, if you are to think that life is just material, then your vantage point of life is just going to be limited. You live a limited life, you think things won't take place, and miracles take place, right? They do happen, but you have to, obviously, they take place in a I don't know how to put it. Okay, let me say it this way. We live our lives thinking that we're just going to do things miraculously, so like as in snap of a moment, and then you have this beautiful life, you have this beautiful house, this beautiful relationship, family, but we forget that we are the causal factor of that. So which means we have to take steps into becoming that person we want to become, right? So you are what you're looking for, you are whom you've been looking for. Everything that you're craving outside the world is within you already, right? So you're busy looking out there, but everything, I tell you, everything you've dreamt of is within you, that you want, that you so desire. You are going to make it happen. You will make the things happen. You will make it manifest, right? Because again, what you believe the world is still the way you see the way you see the world is how you see the world, right? It's your own way of seeing the world. It's not everyone seeing the world. So even what I'm saying right now, it's a perspective that won't resonate with everyone, right? But again, I want you to understand that this is not to say you have to think in this way. I'm just trying to make you not to limit yourself to think that you're a meat suit, to think that you are limited by institutions of learning, institutions of I don't know, affirmations of self worth, whether you get this or that, reward systems. So I don't want you to limit yourself in that way, to think that, no, I'm just meat suit, I'm just here to pay bills and pay taxes and, live on the weekends only, and during the week my time is given to something else. And if you don't want to do that, leave. Don't fight it, right? Go with what your heart resonates to do, because if you're not happy, because again, happiness is an inside job, right? You don't go out there and get it, right? So you have to go within, understand what makes you tick, and be true to yourself, with the understanding of trying to get to a fulfillment of yourself. It's not in any way selfish. Self-love is not selfish. And also trying to find out who you are at the core of who you are. It's not selfish. So you can go through that journey, even though maybe a lot of people whom aren't brave enough to go through that journey may judge you. It's okay. They are not in any way bad people. Also, they might at the same time in this lifetime not here to learn those lessons. They're here to learn other lessons. So it's okay. Don't judge people. Just focus on your life, and with the same love you give yourself, you are going to be able to also give it to other people, because you can't give what you don't have or what you aren't, right? So also, again, you don't get in the universe what you want. You get whom you are, what you are. So I can lie now and say, I want this. I pray to God and say, give me this car, give me that car, give me this. But I don't believe for a second that I deserve that car, right? So I want this Mercedes Benz, but I don't believe I deserve it. You understand? I think someone else out there deserves it, because I see myself as not self-worthy. You understand? So you're not going to get it, because God or your higher power does not understand, or is not personal. As in, oh, that's Luvuyo there. Oh my God, he wants a car. Oh my God, he can't go to work. He's using taxis. Oh, he can't do his lively things in his life. Oh, he doesn't have transport. He has to hike. There's no such a thing, right? You, in your energy, once you say, can I have this? You are saying you don't have it, right? So when you pray, you assume you already have it. So when you pray, you say, thank you, God, for this beautiful car that is in my life, right? Then your energy field, yourself now, self-worth, is within that person or that energy field that you want to fulfill, right? So you wake up in the day, you say, I want to achieve my goal. I want to look like this. I want to be like this. But how you get there is assuming that endpoint energy. So they also say, when you go through a new path, or when you set a goal, you must have the end in the mind, right? The end point in the mind, and then you do the things, you execute. So vision. So you believe you've already attained it, right? Because the very idea, or the very point of you recognizing it as what you want to do, it already exists. What has to happen now is you taking the action, necessary action, and aligning yourself with that same frequency, because it's not difficult to have an idea. Anyone from anywhere can have an idea. Anyone can have an idea. I'm sure an idea line, or if there's such an institution, is full. Everyone have ideas. You understand? But the question is, are you going to take action? Are you going to execute? You understand? Because that's where now the transmutation, the manifestation happens. Because you can't say again to God, thank you for giving me this beautiful car in my life. It's taking me from point A to from point B. I'm able to do these things. You are affirming good things in your life. And then again, inversely, you live life as if you are, I don't know, you go back to your old ways of thinking that you are not worthy of this car, you lacking of this car, you understand, or of this beautiful dream or gift that or whatever that you want to manifest, then it won't take place, because you must hold the vision. Les Brown once likes to say that the most difficult thing is not to come up with the idea. The most difficult thing is to carry that idea through to the finish line. And so even with